Because of the physical, emotional, and mental challenges this condition caused, we lost our daughter Christina to suicide in 2021. She was 33 years old, a mother of two, a thoracic ICU nurse, a classically trained vocalist and pianist, and a brilliant, beautiful soul. And she had something that none of us, not even her doctors, knew about. It was called Premenstrual Dysphoric Disorder, or PMDD.
PMDD is not the same as PMS. PMS symptoms should not last for 2 weeks. Christina used to tell us that her PMS was lasting 2 weeks, and we didn't know what she meant, or the severity of her symptoms and how they were affecting her quality of life since we lived 5 hours away. We didn't see how it was getting worse over time. PMDD is a severe hormone-based mood disorder that happens in the 2 weeks before a woman's period. It can cause intense depression, anxiety, psychosis, and even suicidality. But because symptoms appear only in one part of the month, it's often misdiagnosed or completely overlooked.
Christina spent over 100 days in behavioral health units in the last year of her life. She had been begging for help for over 11 years. For most of those years, she could mask her symptoms and still be a good thoracic ICU nurse, volunteer in her church, and mother to her children. But she was constantly going to doctors to try to figure out what was wrong. Very few people were aware that underneath her beautiful smile, she was experiencing symptoms that were getting worse. Not once, not one single time, did a provider ask her about her menstrual cycle. We didn't learn what PMDD was until the final 3 months of her life. By then, it was too late.
Maybe you know someone who's full of life 1 week, then disappears the next. Maybe you know someone who breaks down crying before every period and says, "I feel like I'm losing my mind," but no one takes her seriously.
Maybe you know someone who's tried every medication and every therapy, but the darkness still returns each month. Maybe you know a teenager who started self-harming and no one's asked if it happens on a cycle. Maybe you know someone who's strong and successful, yet still fights suicidal thoughts every month like clockwork.
If someone you know sounds like this, please don't ignore it. Start the conversation. Ask if they've noticed a pattern with their symptoms.
Share our website so they can learn more and connect with others who understand. You could be the reason they discover what's really happening and that there's a name for it.
If you recognize these symptoms in yourself or someone you care about, it might be PMDD. Extreme mood swings, depression, anger or rage, anxiety, suicidal thoughts, brain fog, feeling like a different person before the monthly period. These symptoms are not just hormones, they are warning signs. PMDD is serious, but there is hope. Awareness is the first step in getting help. If these symptoms sound familiar, it's important to start tracking the monthly cycle and take the evidence to a healthcare provider. Talk about PMDD specifically. It might be necessary to go to more than one provider for help. Research treatment options. Join a support group. Keep pushing until you find what works for you.
We are proud of the history we made so far in honor of Christina to increase awareness of PMDD and help more women. In 2023, we worked with our Missouri State Legislature to pass the nation's first PMDD Awareness Day. In 2024, we launched the Christina Bohn Memorial 5K for PMDD awareness, bringing together women from 18 states and 2 countries and our own Missouri community, many of whom learned about PMDD for the first time. 1 month later, we started the Christina Bohn Foundation. We've been fortunate to have had many opportunities to speak about PMDD. We've had exhibit tables at community events and conferences. It's worth it to us if it just saves one person's life. We want to encourage all of you to share your newfound knowledge of PMDD. Be part of that ripple effect to help save lives. Save your daughters, your granddaughters, your wives, your colleagues. You can talk about it. You can say, today you heard about a young woman who died because of PMDD. They'll ask you what that means, and you'll be able to share what you've learned.
So guys need to speak up and not be afraid of talking about it. It's not a women problem or girl problem. It's everybody's problem. Christina's story is a call to all in medicine to listen more closely, to ask better questions, and to believe what patients say, even when it challenges assumptions. PMDD is real. It is biological, it is severe, and it can be fatal.
We owe it to Christina and to others like her to see the whole person, to really listen, and to dig a little deeper to seek understanding. Christina was more than a diagnosis. She was joy, she was music, she was love, and through this work, she still is.
Every woman who learns about PMDD because of Christina is part of her legacy and part of the change she didn't get to see. Help us carry her legacy forward. Be a sponsor, be a partner, be a part of something that saves lives.
To support our foundation or find PMDD resources, visit www.ChristinaBohnFoundation.org.